Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and looking at something different here. Indiana Memorial Stadium, 26th in the nation, toughest places to play. We do have an 8-game winning streak here at the stadium. It's pretty cool because it's going to help out in recruiting with stadium atmosphere. I mean, definitely something that helps in recruiting. But I just want to show you this. I mean, we're 5-star now. We started out as 3-star. We've gone up a star every year. So now we're at 5-star, 86 overall, 86 on offense, 87 on defense, and we're ranked number 11 in the nation. I mean, we definitely turned this program around pretty fast. I mean, faster than what I expected. So let's just look at a couple of things here. Let's look at the Heisman watch. Devontae Williams is second on the Heisman watch. We did beat out Jalen Hurts last year, but as of right now, he is first in the Heisman, and that's mainly because they're ranked number 1 in the nation. And what's funny about dynasties in NCAA football is that Bama usually hits a cliff. Like, they usually just fall off a cliff like so bad. It's pretty bad in this game. But in this dynasty, they haven't yet. So Sam Darnold's going to be right behind us, Najee Harris and Perrine rounding it out. But let's look at the top 25 polls to see who's ahead of us now before jumping into this Oklahoma State game. Alabama number 1, they just beat FCS. Stanford's number 2. These guys are just beasts. 97 overall, 99 offense, 93 defense. USC, led by Sam Darnold at number 3, just beat TAMU, and they just destroyed them. Didn't even just beat them, they destroyed them. Auburn at number 4, just beat Idaho, 1-0. Penn State in our division, in our conference, they're number 5. Michigan's at number 6. Miami's ahead of us too. Florida, who we beat, remember those 2 back-to-back epic games that we had versus them in the first 2 seasons, beat us in the bowl game. We came back and beat them in the season opener. That was pretty fun, man. I probably next year I might play Florida again because they just give me a good game whenever I play them. It's always a good matchup. Virginia Tech is 9, and then Missouri is at 10. And it looks like Missouri or Florida is going to lose their top 10 position because they are going up against each other this week. And as you can see, we're going up against Oklahoma State. So let's hop into this, man, right away. I'm excited to get into this. Josh Fleming, a great debut in his first game. Now he's in his second game going up against Oklahoma State at home. So let's get it. The Hoosiers start out this game with the ball, starting out with Josh Fleming on the ground. I do want to use his legs. He took a lot of sacks in the first game, didn't have many rush yards, so I want to use his legs more in this game. So as you can see, on the 3rd down on our first drive, Josh Fleming gets sacked there, rolling out to the right. So now we punt the ball, get it back to Oklahoma State, and Kohler, who is taken over for Mason Rudolph, his first year starting, actually. So here we go. We're starting a new era with Oklahoma State. Getting past the 50-yard line is Kohler. So he's rolling out to the left, but getting smacked that time by that man, Raekwon Jones. And they go for the field goal, but it's going to be wide to the right. So Fleming and the Indiana Hoosiers offense takes over, but he's just a little nervous going into this game. As you can see, those throws are not on the mark. So on a 3rd down, he's taking a sack. And our first 2 possessions go right back to Oklahoma State, and they take advantage. Kohler is going to find Greenwood over the middle past the 50-yard line. So now they're almost in the red zone, but our man getting in for the sack there. So on a 2nd and 13, attempting to go deep, Andre Brown Jr. is there for the interception, and just like that, we take over. And Kohler, it's not looking good early. This is a 2-0 team, so we're expecting a good matchup. It's 0-0 going towards the end of the first quarter, and this time Josh Fleming stares down his receiver, doesn't see the linebacker, and we are forced to punt once again. So on a 3rd and 4, though, forcing Kohler to throw the ball away, and we get the ball back. So Fleming, this time we're going to be looking to run the ball a little bit because we need to get his confidence up. So this time he's taking a big hit on the sideline, but on a 3rd down, running the triple option, getting up inside the 40-yard line. So Josh Fleming on a 1st and 10 is going to take another sack. I don't know what is up with our offensive linemen, but we have given up far too many sacks in this early part of the season, and Josh Fleming attempts to make a play and throws an interception to their impact corner. So Kohler takes over once again. This is a 0-0 game going into the second quarter. I can't remember the last time we didn't score any points in the first quarter at all, but Marcelino Ball heading up this defense, and there is Jerome Johnson getting in for the sack, for his 2nd sack of the game. But on a 3rd and 20, he almost gets his 3rd sack there, and that one forces another punt. So 0-0 at the 5-minute mark in the second quarter, and Tasir Mack is getting open, helping his quarterback, his young freshman quarterback out, Josh Fleming, and Devontae Williams getting a carry there. He's been quiet so far in this first half, but it's been all about the defensive play on both sides. It's 0-0, but Josh Fleming finds an open lane, finds his freshman receiver Dave Ferguson, freshman to freshman connection for the touchdown. So the Indiana Hoosiers go up by 7, 5 minutes left in this second quarter, and Kolar is going to drop back, and Marcus Rutledge is going to pick this one off. I talk so much about a whole side of a field being locked up by Marcus Rutledge. Look at this. He's staying on his man, makes a great play, keeps his feet in bounds and catches the interception, takes it to the house. And he's a sophomore now, so he's going to be looking to get on that All-American team, because remember last year he was a freshman All-American. This year he's going to be looking to get a first-team All-American selection. He's off to a good start with the great defensive play there. So Fleming takes over after the stop on 3rd down, finding his receiver Michael Wilson, another sophomore on this Indiana Hoosiers, this young Indiana Hoosiers team. And Tasir Mack breaking the tackle, getting up to the 30-yard line from the pass from Fleming on a curl route. But on a 1st and 10, Josh Fleming's going to get up inside the 20-yard line. So now we are in the red zone on a 1st and 10, finding his freshman once again, Dave Ferguson, for the 7-yard reception. So on a 2nd and 3, he's going to roll outright, find his guy Freifogel for the touchdown with the last name Freifogel. You gotta get in for the touchdown. And look at Devontae. Look at how he skips away. Look at how giddy he is on this play to see Freifogel score on that play. That is funny. But if you look at my depth chart, I'm going to show you how deep in the depth chart Freifogel is. Josh Fleming, our quarterback, is a 6th-string receiver right now. And he's not even 6th string. He's like 9th string on our depth chart. But he gets in for the touchdown, and for his first career touchdown. And Jerome Johnson continues his wave of sacks, getting in for a sack there. And that sack is going to be the 4th sack of the game for him. And that's going to tie the school record. So one more, and he breaks the school record for sacks in a game. But on a 3rd and 14, Kohler is going to find his receiver. Riggins gets beat on that play. A rare reception given up by Riggins there. He doesn't really give up a lot of throws deep, but he gives up that one. But on a 2nd down, actually that was a 3rd down, he finds his receiver, Tyrone Johnson, for the touchdown right before half. So there's 40 seconds left in this half. I'm going to try to get some points on the board. So Fleming is going to hurry up this 1-minute offense, finding Joe Richard across the 50-yard line, now in the field goal range. So on a 1st and 10, then a drop back to pass, roll out to the right, but get tripped up by the end. So we're going to have to settle for the field goal before half, but we do get some points before half. And Oklahoma State, they had a good defense. They're 2-0, but we are showing that we can do some things on offense and on defense. This playmaking that we have on both sides is really showing in that first half. So they're going to take over here to start out the second half, giving the ball to Justice Hill, and who else but the All-American Marcelino Ball. It's going to be tough to replace him. It was tough to replace Crawford, but the thing about Crawford is that we had Burgess sitting back there with 98 awareness, ready to take over in his spot. And right now, we don't have anybody that's sitting back there at the safety position that's saying, man, I'm ready for my opportunity. Burgess has just been sitting there waiting, and he's just rising to the occasion. So they do get us to settle for a field goal here to open the half after stopping them when they got the ball to start out the half. So on the 1st and 10, Kohler's going to drop back, burn Riggins once again for the pass across the 52. Rare big plays given up by Riggins. But on a 3rd and 2, they're going to give the ball to their backup running back, who's also an impact player, Ladarian Brown. He's going to get past the first down. So they go for it on a 4th and down inside the red zone. They're down by more than 2 scores. So they go for it and get in with Justice Hill on the option there, on the speed option to the left. That was a good play call. I was expecting a run up the middle, especially on a 4th and 1 inside the red zone. But Fleming takes over, finding baby Gronk open, Joe Richard in the flat. So here we are, running this option with Fleming, giving it to the freshman, another freshman to freshman connection, and Ferguson's going to get up. He's going to get tackled at about the 1 yard line, but our man Paul Stone is going to finish it off after Fleming breaks off a wimpy tackler, gets in for the touchdown on the pitch. Paul Stone, he's scoring some touchdowns this year. He didn't really get too much burn last year. He was the backup, but I did do formation subs to get him in more packages because I know he can break tackles, so it's good to use him. But look at this stiff arm that their running back Justice Hill puts on Simmons. That was just straight mean. Gotcha, and the computer is always good for at least one of those monster stiff arms in the game. But Jerome Johnson, heading back to the game, gets in for his 5th sack. That's going to break the school record. And what a historic day for our defense. We are just getting in there for these picks, for these sacks, but Marcelino Ball just misses a pick 6 on that one. That was definitely going to be a pick 6, but Marcelino Ball making plays all year. And on a 4th down, Simmons, he's stepping up, the freshman, the redshirt freshman, stepping up for the tackle there, stopping him on 4th down. So at this point, we are up 3 scores pretty much. This game is out of reach, but we're going to try to get the offense going some more, trying to find Tasir Mack on the outside. He drops it on a curl route, but more defense coming at Kohler, getting in for the sack there. And that one was Wilson. And on a 2nd and 12, they attempt to throw, but Burgess is there. Like I said, man, he's just been waiting to play. He steps up, gets the pick there inside the red zone. So great field position to start this drive. And Tasir Mack puts a move on the corner there and straight breaks his ankle. Are those ankles all right? I don't know, because look at that move, just straight freezes him, and the defender does not know what to do on that one. And Tasir Mack has stepped up immensely in the absence of Simi Cobbs going to the NFL. He got drafted in the 2nd round, but Tasir Mack has definitely stepped up for sure. And everybody is just balling for us at this point. Richie Simmons having a big game. Marcelino Ball having a big game. Marcus Rutledge. I mean, everybody is stepping up this game. We did start slow, but we eventually capitalized on this poor Cowboys defense. And to add insult to injury, Kohler's going to drop back, get sacked this time. We send Marcelino on a blitz, and Stallings actually gets in for the sack on that one. And Stallings is actually the guy that got his spot taken by the freshman Nick Collins, and Stallings takes advantage of some fresh legs on the field, gets in for the sack. So at this point, we are just laying it on them. Getting in for the touchdown there is Fleming. And one more time for the defense, Andre Brown comes up with his 2nd pick to set us up in the red zone. Under 2 minutes left, 50 seconds left to be exact, on a 1st and goal Fleming's going to drop back, and Dave Ferguson, the freshman, is going to be in for the touchdown, and that's going to do it for this game. The final score, 62-14. Oklahoma State had a chance in the first quarter. It was 0-0, and then we just opened up the floodgates. But Dave Ferguson, another touchdown, 2 touchdowns on his freshman campaign, and Tasir Mack shows up again. I love Tasir Mack, but the story of the game, no doubt, is Jerome Johnson getting 5 sacks, and we total 9 sacks as a team. What a big defensive play for us, and this should, man, I'm telling you, this should spark a big defensive campaign for us. Maybe this is the definition of this team. We're going to start playing defense on these teams. Let's see, man. We got Notre Dame coming up next week. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back. This is a big game. Notre Dame, let's go.